All eyes on Doge. Big runner. To the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big runner. To the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up. Movement in Doge. Dogecoin. Up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up. Movement in Doge. Dogecoin. 42.69. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Hey everybody, Kriss here. It's a Thursday afternoon. How's everybody doing? I'm doing good today. We're going to be talking Dogecoin. We're going to cover a lot of other cryptos, and there is a SpaceX Starship launch that we will show here live as well. That'll be in a couple hours, so we got a ways to go before we get there, but a lot to talk about as well. As always, welcome to the early crew. How you guys doing? Everybody else joining in, hit the likes, subscribe always, and we're going to have some fun. But first thing I want to do is I want to say, please no more gift memberships. Yeah. I'm pinning the message here for no more gift memberships. And I'll explain that in just a second. So let me drop down here in the corner and let's talk about it. So it's probably going to be in about a month. I'm going to be doing the Dogecoin giveaway to the members. And I want the giveaway to be for the people who truly support the channel. And there are some who just check in during streams and they get gift memberships. And I'm like, yeah, gift memberships are great. And I appreciate everyone who has given gift memberships. If you want to support the channel from here, just give a super sticker or something like that. But we got a good group here, and support the channel that way. That's appreciated. We're going to be giving away that Dogecoin, and it's not going to be too far from now. It's not going to be too far from now. So that's all I ask from you guys. No more gift memberships, please. If people want to join and become a member, they are welcome to do that. And someone will probably do an occasional gift membership because they won't see the pinned chat, but I understand that. But just something I ask because we've had a lot of gifting going on, and I certainly appreciate all that. It turns out like 70% of those that get a gift membership in a month don't renew. So that's just the way it is. But how's everybody doing? Look, we've got Bitcoin over $100,000 yet again. $100,000 Bitcoin. Will it hold this time? Is the fourth time the charm, not the third, but the fourth. It's the fourth time the charm. That's what we're going to be watching during the stream as well, checking in there. Doge is at 38.6. 38.6. It just touched 39 cents here, right during the noontime. It just touched 39, and we'll see whether Doge gets back up to there. We've also had the big four, Algorand up 6%, Cardano up 5%, Hedera, which I know I sold, 16%. And everybody's favorite, XRP, was up 7%, now down to 5%. It's having a little bit of a sell-off right here, but it did get as high as $3.40 at noontime itself. So, kind of interesting that we've got a red candle on XRP and Bitcoin has been going up. But All eyes on Doge, of course, 38.6. We'll be watching that as well. Thank you, Raiden, for the super sticker. Appreciate it, man. And you're here early today. I did notice that. You're here early today. So what's going on today? President-elect Donald Trump. You know we're only 4 days away, right? You know that, right? 4 days away from the epic KrissPax all-day inauguration MLK Day live stream is coming in 4 days. So gearing up for that, I'll have a lot of things planned, as I always do. I always have things planned, right? We'll be having some fun as well. People will be checking in and out all day. I know, right, Jason? Can it get here already? But the weekend leading up to it is where I think we're going to be seeing some spicy action, because that's how Dogecoin trades. Particularly Dogecoin likes to trade up on the hype before the big event. And of course, there's the counter narrative of like, well, everybody thinks that, so it's going to do the opposite. We don't know, but we will be here. But we also have this talk about Trump creating an America First crypto reserve, prioritizing US-based coins. And there's two things about these US-based coins. The first is a strategic reserve. Now, we already talked about this Bitcoin strategic reserve. This New York Post article talked about USDC, Solana, and XRP. Well, from what I know, Solana is not a US based. It's like Switzerland based or something. It's not US based. So I think that's gone. And the whole XRP thing getting thrown in as a crypto reserve is being pushed by the XRP army. Now, nothing against them. People still tell me I crap on XRP all the time, but you guys have been following me and watching. It's like for the past month, I have been pro XRP because I want XRP to go to the moon. So everything else goes to the moon too. I want us all to be rich. I have nothing against the XRP army, right? I have nothing against them. But they do push some ideas that tend to get picked up by the media. And I haven't seen anywhere else this thing about XRP being bought up by the United States government. That all came out of like people just guessing why Brad Garlinghouse of Ripple would be meeting with Donald Trump. It's like, but you never know, right? You never know how these things play out. But then there's also that tax thing, and I did post this on X today, is you've got the big four cryptos, XRP, ADA, Algo, and HBAR that we've been talking about, and they've all been doing great. And then I've been hearing others saying, well, there's other US-based crypto projects, companies like AVAX, that's Avalanche, Chainlink, and Sui. Kind of interesting. And today Link has been going up. It started yesterday and people were chatting about Link yesterday. And I was like, why is everyone all of a sudden talking about Chainlink? Well, this could be the reason why. So then there are US made cryptos that aren't backed by a company like Doge and Litecoin. And I just threw that out there. It's like, because Billy said, hey, I made Dogecoin and I'm in the US. Is it Dogecoin? A US cryptocurrency, right? Just throwing that out there. Just throwing that out there. So I thought that was funny. Yeah, this was Billy's post. Dogecoin was founded in the US. Just say it. It's like, hey, Billy says so. So we have that as well. And then a lot of chatter about ETFs, where the last I heard Solana would be way out there and maybe Litecoin is going to be the next crypto ETF. A lot of chatter about that. And then so we've got Litecoin just going crazy in price here. This is a big move from just under $100 here on Tuesday to Thursday, now being $127 for Litecoin. So a lot of chatter about that as well. So that seems to be the headlines. XRP hit a new all-time high of $3.39, which is not true. There are some exchanges that might have had a lower price of XRP, but others show higher. And I think the consensus was that the 2017 all-time high had not yet been hit yet, but that's a debate for the XRP army to figure out. I'm not going to debate that here. The Litecoin ETF is the most likely next spot crypto ETF to be approved in the US, which is big news as well. So that's kind of an overview of what's going on. We've got Dogecoin. Dogecoin's up 21% in 7 days. So those that saying, oh, Dogecoin's not doing nothing, it's like, it is. And yes, it's not doing the same as XRP right now, right? It's not doing the same as HBAR right now, but not all cryptos move together at the same time. Doge will have its day, and I'm expecting some good Dogecoin action this weekend. So we have that coming up. We'll get to Ali in a minute on that. We've got Dan Crypto looking at this sort of not quite a double bottom, but higher lows. Dogecoin trading through this key level between 33 and 35 cents, and now moving higher. So Doge has retaken the important 35-cent price level, according to Dan Crypto. This has held stronger on the second flush than most coins. BTC and ETH, many others, made new lows on the week's flush. Doge, however, made a nice higher low and trades back within its local range. I would want to see this trade back above 40 cents to make another go at the cycle highs. So we do identify 40 cents is going to be key resistance for Doge to get over 40. It's Bitcoin and the Dino coins like Doge and XRP that are strongest in this current market, along with, of course, Litecoin. ETH Classic normally would be with this group, but Ethereum itself is pooping the bed. That's right, ETH is pooping the bed. And that's holding ETH Classic down for any of you ETH Classic lovers. So that's what's going on there. And then we've got Trader Tardigrade. Yes, Trader Allen saying massive surge begins. A pattern repeats. And here we are with kind of compressed a little in time because the last one was like through the end of the summer of 2024 that we have there. And then this move up, is this surge going to be coming? That's what we are watching for. Market expert says Dogecoin is going to pump 700% as early as next week. And who do you think that is? Who do you think is going to say Dogecoin is going to pump 700%? Well, that would be our friend Ali. Ali is a permabull here. He's getting a lot of coverage, no doubt. Got a lot of followers, no doubt. And he just loves to keep showing these charts and graphs. So in the last bull cycle, Ali says, Doge started its second leg up during the week of January 25th, 2021. And that was that move up to 8 cents, from a penny to 8 cents, which was actually 800% move that Doge had. I am not expecting that this time. I'm not expecting an 8x right here. But Ali doesn't mind talking about it, right? $18 Dogecoin. So yeah, again, I just show it as a point of reference of what's out there because I cover everything Doge. And I'm not saying that's going to happen. Ali, he seems pretty convinced because he keeps showing these fractals again and again that show prices going up pretty high. Yeah, so we will see. But we'll be here, especially this weekend and on Monday. What is Dogecoin going to do? And then for anybody who is disappointed about Dogecoin, you probably bought in the 40s over the past month and a half. And Doge is still in the 30s. So you're down a little bit and you're upset. And one individual is upset with me. And I'm just like, it all depends on when you buy. It's all about when you buy. And I get that you made a decision to buy, and that buy wasn't from me. I don't tell people when to buy, and you guys know that. But this is the power of Doge. There's a point in time where if you had spent $500 on Dogecoin, you would now have over $2 million today on just a $500 buy. And that would have been in 2015. In 2015, a $500 investment 10 years ago would now be worth $2 million. So there's all kind of games you can play with a bunch of different cryptos like this. I mean, even Bull Run's beloved Pepe, right? You can play this game. Like if you had bought Pepe in May of 2023, you would now be a multi-millionaire. Yep. But we're in the middle of this, guys. I mean, this is we're in the middle of these cycles. And I go to the weekly chart, and we go back and we look at this huge run in 2021. And so far, what I say is we've only had one run here in November that matches what happened actually at the end of 2020. This next run, the big one that went from a penny up to 8 cents, we haven't had that run yet. And that's what Ali is saying, is that's the next run. And then there should be a third run after that. And I believe that, and I still think that is coming. So getting discouraged now because you've got a few other cryptos that are running right now, and Doge is not running, it's doing okay. I mean, it's not dropping. So there is that, just to keep that in mind. So that's what we have right now. Bitcoin again is over $100,000 again. It's sitting at 103.43 right now. Strong move from Bitcoin. And Doge is still over 38 cents. It's having a little red candle at the moment. Maybe the SpaceX launch is going to get this back up over 39. So we are about an hour, little over an hour away from tuning in on SpaceX Live. We will have that going in the corner. And then when it's getting to liftoff time, we'll make that full screen and we'll all watch that together for at least like 6 or 7 minutes to see if they do the booster catch. That's right. They are going to attempt another booster catch today, and we're going to see it right here on KrissPax Live. So that's on the agenda today. We've got Doge. We've got other cryptos to talk about. We also have the SpaceX launch, Elon Musk and X and Tesla. What else is going on? There's a lot there. So let's get into it, guys. How are you? I do want to, just a reminder for people who have just come in, and Raiden, thank you for the super chat there, is that I'm asking, please, no more gift memberships being given out, because we're getting into that time now where I am going to be giving away the Dogecoin to the channel members. And that's going to be about a month from now, maybe a month and a half, somewhere in there. That's what my tea leaves are telling me. And I want the Dogecoin going to people who have actually done something to get a membership, not just being gifted one. So that's just my thing. If you don't like it, too bad. That's what we're doing. So if you want to support the channel, give a super sticker or a super chat. I always appreciate those. Rowan Oldies as well. Thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate that. If you get a gift membership, that's for 1 month. If you were gifted a membership, that's for 1 month. And then after that, you have to actually do something. Now, 1 month of a gift membership is definitely going to be, you're probably going to get more Dogecoin, the worth of Dogecoin than that 1 month. I'll just say that. And if you've been a member for 2 months, you're going to get 2 allotments of Dogecoin. And if you've been a member for 3 months, you're going to get 3 allotments of Dogecoin. And I will show you the spreadsheet for all the members when I have my members only stream. I'll show you the spreadsheet. It's got everybody's name on it. It's got how many Doge everybody's going to get. So that's all going to be coming. So that's how it's going to be set up. To be fair to those who have been members longer to the channel, you get that much more Dogecoin from me. But it's all about giving back, right? Giving back, having fun. And the channel memberships, of course, are fun because you get to use the great emojis. You get the check marks next to your name that change depending on how long you've been a member. Like all that is fun stuff too, while we are watching Dogecoin happen. So Harry, super sticker. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Kilroy says $5 a month is worth the knowledge and the entertainment and the fun. And I'm one of the few crypto YouTube channels that actually pays attention to everybody in the chat. And I don't mind answering your questions either. So, did you see the Doge team is posting on X Pepe memes? I didn't, but that's cool. That's cool, Borum. So that's how it's going to work. Yes, Ryan. That's how it's going to work. And yeah, I will share that all with the members probably, I don't know, late February, early March. We'll see how Doge is going then. Doesn't mean that the bull run is over. It's just like that's going to be about the time I'm going to want to do the giveaway. So that will be coming. Liquidity at 37 cents. Sure, David. And that's always in play on those big dips to grab some of those leverage longs that are there. But Bitcoin right now is showing strength up. They did, Bitcoin did drop down to about 97,350 this morning. So that was a little mini leverage swipe right there that Bitcoin did this morning. Dogecoin at that same time had already gone up quite a bit overnight. And so when it dipped down, it didn't go lower than it was earlier on. So really didn't sweep out a lot of leverage on the Doge side. But again, it's really Bitcoin that more drives those leverage sweeps. We see that more happening with Bitcoin. Fish, my day is going great. It's a good day. There's a bit of mix in the market, actually. Some green, some red. You don't often see that, but like a SHIB in the red. Harmony One had gone on a run yesterday, so it pulled back today. That's in the red. BNB kind of even from last night. Arbitrum down, Stacks down. So there's a few down. Normally I know whatever's moving because that's the one you guys are talking about the most. We can go to crypto market cap and we can just click on this 24-hour percentage button and we can see The number one mover, of course, is Hedera, which is the one I sold. But that's how it goes. Litecoin moving, XDC. People were asking about that. And our favorite, Fartcoin, also moving again today. Yes, more Fartcoin. More Fartcoin. So, and then we've got XRP, VeChain, Chainlink, Algorand, others moving up as well. All good. XRP did blast. Yep. XRP did blast. I don't really like a lot of people on X that are sort of blasting the whole XRP thing out there, but they're going to do what they're going to do. XRP's been beaten down for so long, so have your fun. But the whole thing of like, I told you so kind of stuff, I hate that language. Like, I told you so. It's like, really? Come on. SpaceX, Starship, amazing to see, catching the booster in the Mechazilla Tower, the chopsticks. Hope that happens today. Starship 6, they abandoned the catch. Something just wasn't favorable for their last time. So let's hope. Let's hope we see the catch today. Let's hope we see it. Out of all the American cryptos, which one do you think will do the best? From this point, there's one you didn't include, which is ADA for Cardano, because Cardano has not had that big run yet. Hedera is having it now. XRP just had it. I think Algos has started, and I think will come, but I think the dark horse is going to be Cardano. That's what I think from here. But if SWI and AVAX and Chainlink are also included, and also it's spelled out officially, like these are companies, and there's actually going to be tax breaks given, they'll all run. Oh, imagine telling yourself 20 years ago we'd be watching a live stream regarding future currency and a rocket launch that catches its booster. These are great times, isn't it? Great, great times. We have a new member, JC. Welcome. Welcome to the channel. Appreciate it. You purchased a 1-month membership, Craig. Yes. And then every month you get an opportunity to renew. You can do that. I try and be fair. Poor Michael Jackson. Very depressed. I just say, you know, if you've been watching me any amount of time, you know when not to buy, and I don't know what to say. Thank you, Morkvit. Thank you. And Ryan, of course, the emojis are worth it too. Is there a moon landing? I have not heard of any upcoming moon landings. I know there's a lot of projects that are talking about it, but nothing real yet. Well, JC, new member, just joined, been here since the bear market. Nice to see you. ADA is not US based. Yes, it is. Charles gives his weekly address from sunny Colorado. Sometimes sunny, always Colorado, right? Is that what he says? Something like that. So yeah. Yeah, they've taken out enough leverage. Bull run. I think they've taken out enough leverage. So let's go, Mr. Bankston. I thought you were a member before, but thanks for joining or rejoining. I appreciate it. We got Fartcoin at number 4 before GTA 6. Oh my God. An H-bar to the moon, yes. And I support all H-bar holders still. Charts are looking great. Bitcoin battle. Once capitulation, Doge blows through the shorts. No way BTC is less than 100K before the crypto ball. Yes, the crypto ball is Friday night. That's tomorrow night. Is David Sachs hosting the crypto ball, pre-inauguration ball. Very expensive. Will be fun to hear about that, what happens. BTC fangirls pooping on XRP. Yeah, it's like, I'm just like, at this point, I mean, I still ask everyone to please do your research before you buy individual coins. Know what you're buying in. People just see a big green candle going up and they just buy. And I'm just like, you should know what you're buying. You're spending your money on it. So yeah. Wait till the Dogecoin I told you so it starts coming. Yeah. Do only good every day. I told you so. Dustin converted MOG to XRP on last night. And I know, Bull Run, you did on Pepe. Yes, you did. I never should have said that. I'm in trouble now. I told you so. Yeah, alt season. We've been talking about that. Is that really coming? And is alt season just going to skip right by ETH because ETH is doing nothing? And so now it's going to be Algo, Solana, Cardano, HBAR, Litecoin. VeChain was moving today. Nice move on VeChain up and XRP and Chainlink. All very positive today. Great movers. And so what does that mean? We look back on the 2-hour chart here. This is what we called on Link. Remember this? We called V-shaped recovery on Link. And look what it's done since then. Very strong. And Bitcoin dominance has been dropping. So still over 57%. It's starting to tick up a little bit more in green at the moment. But that's just because Bitcoin is up over 100K, making a move up right now. Pretty strong for Bitcoin. Pretty strong right now. Movement for Bitcoin. 100,595. You got Cardano at 77 cents and then went heavier at 90. And I think it is over $1 to stay now. $1.13. I don't think you're going to see sub $1 Cardano again. This is the one that's going to make the big move next, I think, out of those. But we'll see. Your membership will automatically renew unless you change it in your settings. Okay, Harry, thanks. Of course, buy on the green candle, sell on the red. Always, Rowan. Buy high and sell low. The best way to do crypto. Just do opposite what other people do. Bought 3 more shares of Tesla. I hope they catch the booster too today. Nothing about Starlink today, Lord, but SpaceX, yes. We will be checking in on the SpaceX Starship 7 launch, and we'll be checking in about an hour. I'm not going to miss it this time, like I did before. I'm not going to miss it. Last time we were busy talking crypto, and then when I checked back in on the SpaceX launch, it had just launched. We replayed it, but it's not quite the same thing. Pepe and Dogecoin to the moon. MB, thanks for a reminder, everybody. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe, everybody. It's easy to do. You hit the like button down there, and the subscribe is right next to it if you haven't already subscribed. It sounds like Harry says there's a setting that you have to do once you become a member so that you go 1 month at a time. I don't know what that is. I don't see that on this end. So Bitcoin seems to finally be breaking out. It does seem to be doing that right now. Hey, maybe Bitcoin leads the rally over the weekend. That'd be awesome. That just brings everything up. Hello, how are you? 4 more days. I know, Nikas, right? 4 more days. I've been doing you guys have been following me on the countdown I've had going, right? On X. Every day, I post a new one every day. And now it's only 4 more days. You've got Doge and XRP. Nice. Yeah, we were looking at portfolios. We will do, you know what? That'd be a good idea. We could do a portfolio stream coming up. Won't do it today because today's SpaceX, and we want to make sure we get the Starship launch in. But we'll do a portfolio thing. That'll be fun. Pepe can run at any time. Pepe already run last year, like 3,000%. So when it runs again, it's not going to be 3,000% again. But to do another 2x or 3x from here, yeah. Yeah. Hey, Demi. How high for Litecoin? You know what? No one's ever asked me that. Because only now Litecoin is getting into people's radar screen, right, of Litecoin. So Litecoin in 2021 went up to $414. $414. We had been tracking this long range support line, this 4-year long support line of higher lows. But then this past summer, it broke down below that, which is kind of interesting. But here we go. November, recovered past above it, came up to $100, came back and retested, and is now moving up. My target was $200. However, I'm changing that. A Litecoin ETF, 200 is not enough. So Kriss is going to make a change right here. $300. $300 Litecoin, which was the top of the second run in 2021 for Litecoin. And that is pretty bullish. But Litecoin's making moves now. So all you Litecoin holders, let's have some fun. Let's have some fun. Peak did hit 50 cents briefly. Let's check in. Whether is it moving back up to 50 cents or not? 49.8. Yes. We are right there with peak. Trying to get back over 50 cents. But yes, up 5.5% today. And that race to $1 is on between Peak, Algorand, H-bar, and Doge, which is going to reach $1 first. ETH is totally disgusting. I agree, Mike. Poop in the bed. We think altcoin season isn't truly happening so far, mostly because of the big Bitcoin support. And we may not ever have a true altcoin season again. I've been talking about this because of all the institutional support of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is not retail based. And so there's so much buying of Bitcoin going on strategic reserves here, countries, states, institutions, companies, all buying Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is very strong still. So we may not have that total capitulation where a bunch of people are selling their Bitcoin to buy alts because alts are going to have better gains, because that's what we've seen in the previous 2 bull cycles. And we may not have that this time. So we have to be ready for that. DWD, you're about to sell Oracle stock. Buy some XRP on a dip. XRP on a dip, $3.31 right now. Overnight, it was just at $3. Yesterday afternoon, it did dip just below $3. I don't know if we're going to see that again, DW. I don't know if we're going to see that. It would have to be a big dump across the crypto market, and I'm not feeling that right now. The anticipation before the inauguration is too big. So yeah. The I told you so party. Oh, you are really something. If you think crypto will be going higher in the next few months, why not just buy your house with a mortgage? Because I'm anti-bank. I'm anti-bank. I just didn't want to do it. And plus, I don't think we would have gotten this house if I was applying for a mortgage. Because I had an all-cash offer, there were 6 bids on this house. There were 6 offers. And they chose mine because quick closing time and all cash. And plus, we just want to get it done. We want to get it done. So, Pepe or Cardano? Well, Bull Run will say Pepe, but Kriss will say Cardano. At this point. At this point. Grok said ADA is not US based. Interesting. But that's where Charles is, in Colorado. Mr. Z, a new member. Thanks for joining. Yes, Akash. The XRP army is a little out there. I do not think Elon is going to have SpaceX go public. He's talked a lot about the difference between owning X. He bought Twitter. It was a public company. He made it private. And he's so glad he did that. The whole Tesla thing with the board of directors and all of the rules and regulations of being a publicly traded stock company, he doesn't want to do that. So I'm guessing there's going to be no SpaceX going public. You sold XRP and bought Doge. Yep. DJT stock, you bought at 33, thinking it will pump. Yep. And I did the same. In fact, I bought it back in September, really low, rode it up high, did a swing trade. It dropped back down to like 25, bought it back. And I just sold it on Monday at just under $40. The day of Monday when it was going up and the rest of the stock market was going down, because it was my investment in it was more than the price of one Bitcoin. So I had bought $18,000 of DJT stock. I added 2,000 additional when on the rebuy, and then sold it for $92,600 and then bought one Bitcoin. So I'm out of the DJT stock game. I was expecting a run up before the inauguration. Now, right now it's $42. It's having a good day. I don't know how it's going to run tomorrow. Tomorrow was the day I had initially planned on selling that TJT stock. It was going to be Friday before the inauguration. Have no idea how that's going to trade come Tuesday. Have absolutely no idea. The Magic 8 Ball was right again. I know, Weather Girl asked the question. We asked the Magic 8 Ball whether we were going to wake up to 40-cent Dogecoin. And the Magic 8 Ball said no. Right again. You caught up with 400% speed, Moreno? Am I that slow or you can understand me? 400%. Thank you, Ralph. Appreciate it. Yep. Years in the making. We're going to watch whether Doge moves. If they catch the booster, Doge will probably spike up. Doge will probably spike up during the launch too. But the booster catch? Yeah. Yeah, we've got some Doge resistance here. Right below 39 cents here. So Doge being a little stubborn. Some is best is here. So let's go. It needs one big boost, knock stars. One big boost. And we'll get that. Yes, you're going to have to tell us how much ICP you have, Darth Mike. On the portfolio live stream. You are going to have to confess. I've owned Litecoin for a couple of years. Almost 3 years. I bought it on PayPal when PayPal first started allowing you to buy crypto, and I had a bunch of cash sitting there. So I bought some ETH and I bought Litecoin. Litecoin was about $104 at the time. So I am in the green now. Finally, after a long time, because Litecoin is now at $127. And I think it's going to go higher. Buying on dips brings your average cost up. I don't know why it would bug you either, because if you buy on a dip with the expectation that the price is going to go higher from when you bought, no one cares about your average. Really, no one cares. Your average really doesn't matter. It just gives you kind of an idea where you are overall, whether you're overall in profit or not, if you're anywhere near your average. But if you have some like ridiculously low average, like 0.005, then just go buy some Doge on a different exchange. Like if your Robinhood is showing 0.005, then don't buy anymore on Robinhood. Open a Coinbase account and buy some on Coinbase. And then that Doge, you could move into your MyDoge wallet, so you can actually use it, spend it, tip with it, do things with it. And with a MyDoge app, account, which is your own wallet, you can also receive Dogecoin directly into that. So that's what I would do. And then you can still look at your low average on Robinhood. Average doesn't matter. Exactly, Jason. It's all about coin count. Exactly. Psychopath. We just talked about this. See, guys, I knew somebody was going to ask this question because it happens every time. This is one of those days where some cryptos are moving and others aren't. And then there'll be other days where Doge is going crazy and other cryptos aren't. So, oh, here we go. And the pick again. You hold Doge, Jasmine, and Peak, looking to diversify. Algorand. Try out Algorand. You'll love it. Algorand. I mean, Hedera just went up another almost 20% today. Algorand up 6%. Algorand was over $2 back in 2021, although there were a lot less algo tokens in circulation at the time. But do your research, as always. Don't rely on me. I do not want to be responsible. But do your research, and you'll see that Algorand has a very fast and efficient blockchain. They just haven't had the marketing, and they haven't had the developer support to date, but they did just recently change their language to Python, which will encourage more development. I don't remember what they were using before, but what I was reading was there were a lot of devs that weren't interested in coding on Algorand because of whatever language you had to code in. And so they updated that. Peak is your new Dogecoin for the next moneymaker. I'm not selling my Peak tokens. I don't know, Cohen, how that shores up. I would guess that it's the initial buy that shows up, not the 4x number. So if someone places $1 million trade with 4x leverage, I think on the liquidation, it just shows 1 million, not 4 million. Jasmine's just hanging out. Starship launch will get Doge to $1, Jeff? Yeah, maybe not. No, Anthony. A U.S. official coin. Trump will never do that. Trump loves the U.S. dollar. Trump loves the dollar. He is not going to make a U.S. official coin. Actually, Doge trades very well without the news. In this kind of market, with what's going on, Doge is trading fine. It's 38-cent Dogecoin. Yes, we had the triangle formation. I posted that on X this morning, right here. This was the big triangle I made this morning, looking at from the leverage flush that we had following our good buddy Chirp Powell after the FOMC meeting. So the big leverage flush. Then we had this accumulation zone where Doge was just jumping between 30.5 up to like 34 cents. We broke out of that, came down for one more accumulation zone, came back up over 35 cents, came down and retested 35, have moved up over the sloping resistance line, which comes from 48 cents back here on December 9th. And we've come around and retested that. Now we're looking to break out. And we are above that line right now. So that now is support. So that's playing out pretty well. That's playing out pretty well. But yeah, I even said on that post, is like, next horizontal resistance is 40 cents. So knock stars, you're right. We got to get by 40 cents. And what is it going to take for Doge to pump over 40 cents? It's going to be some big news event. And maybe we get that with the Starship launch. We'll be tuning in less than an hour, see what's going on over at SpaceX. I just bought in XRP. Was that a bad move? 31. Do you mean 3.13? I don't know. XRP is $3.28 now. Or do you mean $3.31? If you bought at $3.31, 3.31. That's not bad. Man, that's not bad. It's right here. So, all right. Would you say the whole crypto market is a utility run that the US government wants, and we are going to see huge, massive increases? I think the US government is just accepting it. I don't think it's anything that they want per se, but are accepting it for what it is now. But we could still see huge, massive increases. It may not show up on the heat map because your bet is too small. Oh. They all show up. Even the little ones. They all add up. Can't wait for the inauguration stream. Is Cardano, was the Cardano company formed in Hong Kong or Singapore? That may be. That might be the case. ADA is just the token. Cardano is the company. That might be, because I think Charles was over there. According to ChatGPT, it's Swiss-based. That's what they said for Solana, I thought. Don't know. Is it too late to buy? It's never too late to buy crypto in an early bull market. Just look for the dips. So we'll be tuning in less than an hour to the SpaceX, and we'll have the live launch right here on the live stream. Taters and eggs. I see your replies on X Twitter, so thank you for that. Hello, Julian. What's the booster catch? I hope you can see it today. It was successful on Starship test launch 5. On 6, they abandoned it. But on 7, today, they're going to try it again. Swapped out your SHIB for ADA. SHIB's just doing nothing. When I sell my SHIB, it's going to be a good day. I'd like to sell it on a big green candle, though, on a little pump, because I'm just selling my SHIB for cash. That's going into my house. But I want it on a nice big green candle, and it's just doing nothing. Nothing. Bitcoin's still holding over $100,000. It's 105 right now. Looking strong for Bitcoin. Doge will have another pump for sure. At least, I agree. There's a casino website that accepts Dogecoin. Really, Dawn? Wow. Well, what are you doing on a casino website? Let me ask you that, right? Do you trust casino websites? I don't know. But they take Dogecoin. Wow. It's got to be in the next 4 weeks, Yili. In the next 4 weeks, I have to have all of my altcoins sold. Except for whatever Doge. I mean, it's going to depend on the prices, what the prices are of the other coins that I sell, on how much Doge I get to keep. So I have no idea how much Doge I'm going to be left with. Everything else is going to be sold except for the peak. I'm going to hold the peak as well. And we'll see. Yeah. So David, I'm selling because I have an accepted offer on a house I'm buying. And it's an all cash offer. based on my crypto profits over the past 2 years. And so I'm trading in all of that crypto for a house. No mortgage. No mortgage. If you have an 069 average, you have to keep that. Absolutely. Go buy more Doge on another platform. You can't mess up that 069. I agree. You cannot mess that up. Raiden's, oh, be a party pooper, Raiden. Take a screenshot and then move on. Just go to another platform and just buy some on Coinbase. All right, thank you, Darth Mike. I think Swiss-based is what it's saying. But is the Cardano Foundation the same as the Cardano company that Charles is the head of? That might be a little different. Yes, when Doge runs, it'll just lap everybody else. We saw that in 2021. Doge Algo XRP. Yep, ETH especially. Yeah. And it was interesting. Tom Crown and Randy Hipper were talking about ETH today. And they said something I hadn't heard before. And that the reason ETH is struggling this bull cycle is because it's no longer a proof of work cryptocurrency. Isn't that an interesting thought? I hadn't thought of that. No more mining. All the miners went away. And that they both thought that if ETH was still a proof of work cryptocurrency, it would already be well over $4,000 and maybe even $5,000 this cycle as a proof of work with all the miners. Interesting thought. I had not thought of that before, but that makes a lot of sense. So you end up with coins like Litecoin, proof of work, and Doge. A Doge Visa card. Somebody was making a card. And I thought there was a card that was made that was somewhat related to Visa a couple of years ago, but I don't remember. Yes, Algorand is a big sleeper. I think so too. The God candle that shuts down Robinhood. We don't want Robinhood to freeze. We really don't. You were swaying towards Algo? Your decision. I do still own a big bag of Algo. I would like Algo to do a rocket ship over the next 4 weeks so that when I sell my Algo, which I'm going to have to do, it's at a much higher price than we are now. All right, Bankston. When you come back, you'll just have to go back a little in time for the SpaceX launch. If it's on time. If it's on time. A lot of mainstream influencers have moved on from Solana, all those meme tokens, to now it's all AI agents. I know, they're bots. AI agents are bots. That's all they are. They're bots. Can you make money on them? Probably, if you get in early enough. But I think in the end, the AI agents are probably going to be like 2021's NFTs. And that you ride it for a little bit, you make some money, and then you pull your money out before everybody else does. That's what I think of those. I would trade a Doge God candle for a Robinhood crash. If you're staked on Coinbase, can you still sell on a run? No, it needs to be unstaked. Right. It took me 2 days. Actually, it was about a day and a half to unstake ADA. Because I went to unstake it on, well, that would have been Wednesday morning. Actually, it unstaked in less than a day. They said it would take 2 days, but it was less than a day, but not immediate. Jasmine sleeping, yes. What was my Doge prediction for end of January? I don't remember now. I don't remember what I said. I said it during the price prediction video on January 1st. I included the end of January plus the end of the year and how Doge would trade throughout the year. I forget what I said for January. But from here, for now, if I had another thought of it, so we're halfway through the month, with the inauguration and the possible pump, maybe 50 cents, somewhere low 50s, get over that 48-cent hump. Ryan's going to buy some drinks for the rocket launch. Yeah, $3.31. Okay, yeah, you'll be all right. XRP is going higher. At the moment, it's like 327, but you'll be all right. Bitcoin, is it going to hold on to 100K? Yeah, your H-bar. I remember when you told me you bought a bunch of H-bar. That was a good move. Good move. I still think Jasmine's going to go on a run as well. Starship launch is coming up. We're going to tune in about half an hour. That's what I say too. Never buy on the way up. Wait for the dip. XRP, 600%. Not bad. They will all move their companies to the US. Your XRP is 450%. What's my XRP at? What is my XRP at? 475% on my XRP. XRP just flipped Jasmine on my KrissPax DCA portfolio. We just flipped Jasmine. 475%. Not bad. Especially on something I totally didn't believe in when I bought it. Somebody made me buy it. They made me buy XRP. And it's up 475%. Yeah, I saw that article too on CoinDesk, Anthony. No, that's just rumor, speculation. No. Trump is more talking about gold and replacing gold with a digital asset like Bitcoin. That's what he supports. It's like a digital gold, but not a cryptocurrency to be used for buying and spending, because that is in competition with the dollar. I don't see him supporting that. I don't think Elon has heard all eyes on Doge. No, I don't think so. All XRP needs is a 2x, and they will be up to number 2. That's if ETH just stays still, which it could. And Doge can still be like XRP. Yep. I know Bitcoin Cash is not. And I saw that, let me get this. We get back here that Litecoin just passed Bitcoin Cash, just flipped it. So Litecoin's now number 19 and Bitcoin Cash is now number 20. So yeah, like Bitcoin Cash is not moving. It goes on little runs every once in a while, but not right now. Oh, I didn't see, Matt, your previous one. But FOMO for Doge, it could start this weekend. If Doge starts moving, you just don't know. Yep, no mortgage, Justin. That was the big plan that we had. And it was a dream 2 years ago. But I was confident in the 4-year cycles, and it's worked out very well over the last 2 years. You bought a condo all cash back in 2012. Yep. No mortgage. I'm in Boston, Massachusetts. The houses are expensive here. They are very expensive. So I needed to have really good returns. And I did okay. $69 degrees in Arizona run. We don't know what Doge is going to do next bear market. We don't know what Elon is going to do with Doge. So now there may come a point where Doge goes on a big run and you want to take your profits and then sit out the next 2.5 years before you buy in again at a lower price. That might work. You don't know. I'm not living in the house yet. Nope, our closing is on February 18th. February 18th, and then we'll move in probably the end of that week. Yep. An entire market crash? No. Talks of a recession. The bald billionaire, we've been in a recession for a year. It's been a slight one, but we've been in it. It's just the Biden administration just kept faking the numbers. And they also changed the rules of what was officially called a recession. But we all know we were in a recession throughout most of 2024. You'll buy on that 90% drop. I will too. And I'll still be here talking crypto, going through another bear market. Hopefully it's not as bad. Bruce, you tested positive for COVID? Oh, sorry to hear that, man. Yeah, it's still been floating around. It never really went away. Coinbase has a card. Yeah, but there was a card that was just specifically Dogecoin. It was a couple of years ago, and I thought that it was associated with Visa, but I don't remember. The next ETH is SWI. That's what I've been saying. I've been saying that for about 10 months. It's SWI. You think ETH is going to go to 10K, Bull Run? I'm not so confident. Making you bullish on Litecoin? You should watch Tom Crown and how he's gushing over Litecoin right now, because he called it and he bought Litecoin when everybody else was down on it, because he was like, that's the time to buy. Do we slip below 38 cents? Yeah, looking a little weak right now, so we may see a dip down into the 37s. We could see that. You're excited for the launch? This will be a nice change. Well, I mean, you're not going to get all the technicals here because I don't know beans about rocket ships, but we'll have fun. Salty God, your mom tested positive. Hopefully the COVID's all diluted and it's not so bad. Armando, why are they talking about Robinhood? Who's talking about Robinhood? Robinhood's perfectly safe. United States-based company that is publicly traded on the stock exchange. Their earnings reports are all great, and especially right now during, crypto bull market, they're making money. Robinhood's making a ton of money. And personally, as long as you've got two-factor authentication on for both your phone and the Robinhood app, you should be safe, secure. Don't go clicking on any phishing links in your emails. Stay away from that. Keep yourself safe and secure. Robinhood's fine. I will get back in during the next bear market, and I will slowly start buying back in. I won't have anywhere near as much as I have now because I'll have a whole house that's paid off, but I will be DCAing back in. Most likely, not as many coins as I hold now. I'm going to keep the portfolio trimmed down. That's the plan anyway. But then Bull Run will be here saying, oh, Kriss, you got to buy this. Oh, Kriss, you got to buy that. I'm like, oh, God, here we go again. You were going to buy a Tesla, but now thinking paying off the house. If you can hang on to that Tesla longer, that house, getting out of that bank mortgage, that was my big goal. Get out of that mortgage. Can they get rid of the IRS and capital gains and taxes and all that? Well, they would have to convince Congress. Congress is the one who would vote on that to change the taxes. So we'll see. No notification today, KB. I don't know why YouTube does it some days and not others. No idea. Doge and HBAR are now the same price. The race to the dollar is on. Well, HBAR just dipped a little more. So HBAR is now 37.5. Dogecoin is 38. But yeah, Doge is about to drop below 38 cents as well. Bitcoin barely holding on to 100K. Barely holding on. I think it's going to lose it, guys. We need a successful SpaceX launch. AMP spiked today and you sold just before. You never know about those cryptos, especially the ones that have been dead for so long. Wouldn't that be something? Space shuttle or the test Starship rocket launches while Dogecoin has big green candles. Why would I be buying for the upcoming bear market? It's like during the bear market. A lot depends on how this bull market plays out. A lot will depend on that. What is the effect of the ETFs? What's the effect of this whole Bitcoin strategic reserve? So it's not something that you can really predict right now. Raiden, thank you for the super chat, keeping it real. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, if Doge came up to 48 cents, I would take a slice right now. I still have 4 weeks to like get rid of all my other crypto, but definitely I would probably take a slice of Doge. Yeah, I'm a Celtics fan, Nico. Kind of having an up and down year so far. But still, I mean, they'll be in the playoffs, and we'll see how they do as a playoff team. Yes, they moved the goalpost, Adam, on what's a recession. We were in a recession. We all knew it. We were talking about it here as well. We just saw the prices of everything go up based on the inflation and unemployment, as well as we weren't getting paid more. Our salary increases were not keeping up. You want to buy a home in 2028 or 29. What coin should you keep your eye on? So we can talk about that in 2026 when we're in the bear market, because that's when you want to start targeting what to buy. So that's what I did. I started buying at the end of 2022, and I bought most of it through 2023. So I've held like 90% of my crypto for more than 1 year, just waiting for this to happen. And it's happening. I think we'll get 4 trillion. Yes, we're at 3 trillion now. Yes, I think we will have over a $4 trillion crypto market cap. Yep. Your next goal, $10 million. Woo! 10 million. I don't know anything about Supra because it's not available to buy on any of my exchanges that I buy on. So I didn't look at it, but Peak is a winner. Peak is going to be a big winner. Still so early on it. Yeah, Robinhood has the big Doge wallet, but that's the Doge that we have. That's our Dogecoin on their platform. So yes, they're holding on our behalf. NVIDIA. NVIDIA is a huge market cap for a stock, but they're keeping up with the latest in chip technology, and I think they're just going to get bigger and bigger. Yeah, at this point, Raiden, I'm buying the house, and then I'm just going to sit out the rest of the bull market and then buy back in during the bear. That's my plan. Yes, we will be here. I will be here through the bear, just like I was last time. You can see my old video still on my channel from 2022, early 2023, when we were talking about all this stuff. And it's funny to look at those videos now and see what the prices of everything were. You're just like, God, 6-cent Dogecoin. Man. Bitcoin at 20,000. Yep. Oh, yeah. Hated Robinhood. Absolutely hated Robinhood when they stopped the trading on GameStop. And Vlad has had to make up for that. We will be talking about crypto opportunities, not what to buy. Exactly. Not financial advice. But we're a long way from there because we still have the rest of this whole bull market to play out. G-Boy, financial advice, pay off the mortgages first. There are some who say you should have as big of a mortgage at a low percentage because investing it, you'll make more money. But at the moment, mortgages are still 7%. Now, when had a 3% mortgage, that's a different story. But the Congress term limits might be coming, Kilroy. We'll see. We'll see if that's an issue that the Republicans are going to want to push. And I will create a new KrissPax DCA portfolio as well. Yes. And we will be buying it live here on the KrissPax channel like I did last time. Yes, we will play that game again. You think YouTube is suppressing me? Oh, well, you guys are here. Yep. Next bear market, you're going to have more money to play with. Buy more. 10 million, though. 10 million goal. Yes, Pepe will be back to 26 again. So no tax on XRP means when you sell your XRP, whatever profit you made will not be taxed as a capital gain. That's what that means. It's when you sell any coins. Yeah, hard to look out, techie, 10 to 15 years. I still think we're so early. I will just say everything's going to be higher in prices, except for the bad projects. Because you look back, let's say 10 years ago, and you look at like the top 20 cryptos, 10 of them are no longer exist. So you had a 50-50 shot. I mean, everyone was talking about Elastos. Do you guys know what Elastos is? That was going to be the next big thing. It was going to be Elastos. This was before the 2021 bull run. It's like, you need to buy Elastos. And I will bet 99% of you guys don't even know what Elastos is. But that was the big, big thing, was going to be Elastos. Nope, gone. So there's a lot of cryptos that are in the top 100 right now. And they won't be around 10 years from now. Let's say even 8 years from now. Give it two 4-year cycles. Because in 2018, 2019, they were saying buy Elastos. So you never know. Never, never know. A whale of a tale. Exactly. Someone's best. A whale of a tale. You want to start a real estate business. Competitive business. I bought my peak on crypto.com. I have a link in the description below if you want to join crypto.com. You get $100 worth of freebies for doing certain things if you join using my link. So give that a try. But yes, peak. I'm requesting no more gift memberships because I'm going to be giving away my Dogecoin to the channel members probably in just a little over a month. And I think it would be fair to be giving the Doge to people who want to be members, not just the ones that received a free membership. So for those that did receive a free membership, then that's for 1 month. Then your second month, you'll have to buy in, just to be fair to everybody. I appreciated everyone who gave out the free memberships. What I'm seeing is about 70% of those aren't renewed. The people who got free memberships. So far, that's about what it's running at. But it's all tied into the Dogecoin giveaway. Yep. Diendo, one of our other resident bears. How you doing? Just a little pullback. Bitcoin will be back over 100K. Doge dipped into 37.9 and now is going back up over 38. It's all good. All good. Hello, Bobby. FBS got a little bag of peak. So both Elon and Linda Yaccarino said X payments in 2025. They both said it. Now, if it was only Elon, yeah, maybe, but Linda said it too. That's why I have more confidence. Now, in my January 1st video for my Dogecoin 2025 price prediction, I had a big spike in Doge in the fall because I thought X payments would probably be coming out more in the latter half of the year. So, yep. And they said they would probably do it without getting all 50 states. So you folks in New York, sorry, you're not going to be able to use X payments. Not at the start anyway. May take a little while. The bull market ends when prices are going down and they're not coming back up. We don't know when that's going to be. Fartcoin's doing great. Peanut the squirrel, not so great. I'm going to sell some Doge between now and February 18th, whatever I need to fill out my bank account in order to buy my house. But that's it. Hopefully it's not that much. I mean, over the weekend, if the whole market like pumps 10, 20%, then I probably don't have to sell hardly any Doge. At this point, then I can target when I think the top will be, continue along, taking some profits on a little bit of it. But it was really all tied into this house. All right, I want to check in on SpaceX. It's Elastos with an E. You can look it up, Elastos with an E. So we'll see. I'm looking for something other than, I mean, CNN News, really? And yeah, we have to make sure it's a true live one, right?
I don't know what that was. What I was just, Starship team is go for prop load use. Okay, so we are progressing. We've got the confirmation that the prop load go, no-go decision was a yes. We are go. And the next thing we should see in about 18, 17 minutes is actual frost lines appearing on the vehicle. So we'll go. This is amazing. So what I was just saying when I was rudely interrupted by our backend video processing is that I started this 6 years ago, and I did not imagine it to turn into what it is now. So thank you everyone for tuning into this.
I'll see if I can find another one.
This channel, I was the same you guys are.
The true
I
SpaceX
YouTube
one.
To find a new video about spaceflight and the latest information. And at some point, SpaceX started doing its thing at Starbase, and there weren't that many people back then to actually report about it or in a good quality. And so I was frustrated. I thought, man, this is so amazing. Why is nobody talking about this? And so I started my first video and the second and the third. And if you actually take the time to scroll all the way down to the first episode, you'll see that I did not have much knowledge about YouTube videos back then, but I still did it. And I'm sitting here almost 6 years later with all of you, with like 20,000 people at the same time watching this as I talk to the microphone. It's still very surreal to me. So thank you for that super chat, Phil. That is much appreciated. So by the way, we have 19,722 people watching right now. I think at least. Let me refresh this real quick. If you guys have the time, press the like button. We have 8,556 likes on the channel, on this stream. The more people like this, the more the YouTube algorithm is poked to share it to other people. So it is being ramped up on YouTube's home so that more people can see what happens at Starbase. Many people don't even know what we're talking about here, that SpaceX is actually developing a rocket that is supposed to get us to Mars in the end. I think this is very important. If you do think so too, like the stream, subscribe to the channel. This is very, very important to us. It's completely for free and it helps us more than you can imagine. So thank you so much for that. Okay, let me bring up that view again here real quick. It's here. There we go. So we're right now.
There's a lot of channels covering this.
The SpaceX post. Or what am I looking here? What's the live view? Because in video I only see a tweet.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Okay, there we go. Okay, so this is perfect. So what we're looking at right now is SpaceX's Starship Flight 7, Ship 33 on top, Booster 14 on the bottom, Booster 14 being a modified Block 1 booster, Ship 33 though, being the first Block 2 Starship ever to be launched by SpaceX. So this is very, very important. We are waiting for them to start fueling, which is about 15 minutes out. As you can see by the timeline there, that is on screen on the left. This is highly anticipated, to say the least, and SpaceX is planning a lot of stuff today. So they're planning to have another engine relight in space. They are planning to reuse an engine from Flight 5 on this flight, which will demonstrate that Raptor engines can be reused, which is very, very important. They're planning on catching the booster again. They're planning on doing the last test of a ship soft landing in the Indian Ocean. If this one does it right, on flight number 8, we might see the first ship catch. We're going to see the Starlink dummy satellites being deployed in space. We're going to see an engine relight. We're going to see, they have several heat tiles modified on this rocket to test out something that is called active cooling, maybe even transpirational cooling. I didn't get much information on how these.
I know, got my Doge over here, but they are just to see what happens.
Heat tile options. They're trying to find their way to a rapidly.
This is live.
That's what all this is about. If you're tuning into this for the first time and you're wondering why SpaceX is building this large rocket, it's because they want to get permanent settlements. I kid you not, on the moon and Mars. So if this works out, we might be in for one of the craziest stories in human history. That's really what it comes down to. So cross your fingers for SpaceX for their crazy task today. And let's continue with a few more questions. So that was Phil, the homie from Florida. Thank you so much. We have Jason. Jason, thank you so much for the super chat. What do you think about ULA in this new reusable rocket era? They're behind. They just introduced, or like almost a year ago, they introduced their Vulcan rocket.
Okay. We still have a ways to go on that. So I will pull that to the side here, and we will check back in half an hour, because SpaceX itself is saying 4:37 Central Time, which would be 5:30 9:37 East time. So it's going to be a little while. Yeah, we're not going to listen to that guy for an hour. We'll play the one on X, probably directly from SpaceX. So he's gone now. He's gone. So we can continue. With what's going on. As we were. Thank you, Brian. New member. Lifetime membership. Wow. When you're gifted a membership, I think the gifted membership ends and then you buy a membership. And you'll look like a new member. Does it hurt knowing that I'm going to be missing out on profits? I am coming to accept it. This all just happened in the last couple days. So I am going to just accept it, that I'm leaving potential profits. Yep. But hey, there's always next bull cycle. There's always next bull cycle. Yeah, we think Litecoin ETF. Litecoin may be the next ETF now. Yeah. We will send a Bitcoin to one of those live streams. Okay, we'll do that today. My Bitcoin that I just got, I'm going to send it to one of those because they're going to send me 2 back. No. No. No, 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 no. I hate selling the bags, Bull Run. I hate it. But Litecoin does merge mining, Jessica. They're not, the projects aren't merged together. It's called merge mining between the two. They both use the same script language. And so if you get the right configuration in your crypto miner, you can merge mine both Litecoin and Dogecoin at the same time. Smash the like button, guys. Thank you. We're going to see if there's a crypto pump with this. I don't know what we're expecting. Just play Space Odyssey by David Bowie. Poor Major Tom. Poor Major Tom. Not too far from you, South Texas, huh, Marina? You should go see it. You should go see it. Snoopy's right here, ready to go. Snoopy actually prefers green candles. He told me that. If you look up hodler in a dictionary, it's me. If I was a true hodler, I wouldn't be selling, but a big bag of Doge is good to have, but a wonderful new home. And besides, there's other people in this equation, not just KrissPax. So there's other people in the equation here, especially one who's been waiting a long time for this. So I do work a full-time job as well. I have just, let's just say I've been getting up very, very early in the morning in order to get some work done, then do my morning video. I work right through lunch. so I get everything done so I can do the live streams. So, indeed, Kilroy, indeed, there is much to say about that. Much to say. Exactly. Exactly. So let's see what's going on. Bitcoin has moved back up over 100,000. Not dropping. So that was just a little quick little dip going back up. ETH is just asleep. Algorand, yeah, also kind of slowing down. See Solana, not much. Algo, HBAR, Sheeb, still a duck. Bone token, hanging out. Nothing really flying right now as I go through my watch list. Nope, nothing really moving. AVAX. Avalanche might be ready to go. Chainlink moved up earlier. Looking good. Even my hated loop ring actually went up today. I still own it. Maybe it'll do a little pump and then I'll sell. I mean, Caspo is up today. Yeah, but it came up and then falls back down, typically what it does. Bitcoin dominance coming up a little bit. That's kind of a quick overview from my watch list. Oh, we should just check in on Peak again just to see what it's doing. Yeah, I just couldn't hold 50 cents yet. Couldn't hold it yet. You work full time, hoping for big profits, Fisco. That's very noble. Very noble of you. HBAR, nice move. Now waiting for Jasmine. Wow, Jasmine's 40% of your portfolio. Wow. Jasmine will go on another run. I believe so. And you didn't sell any up at 4 cents. Maybe around 10 cents, you might want to just take a little slice. I don't know, just to see. Momtaz. I remember Momtaz. I'm an architect. Yep, I work as an architect, trying to make the world a better place. I hope AVAX is ready to go too. You sold Caspa at 18 cents. Yeah, I never bought Caspa. Again, it's not traded on Coinbase or Robinhood. So, but yeah, Caspa is now at 14 cents. So that was a good sale. That was a good sale. I cannot give long-term predictions on meme tokens. Absolutely not. They could be way up or they could be zero. I have no idea. I think both Pepe and Sheeb have enough of a community that will keep them around for a while, but they're just meme tokens. Maybe the red candles are the countdown to the big green candles we see at launch. We could see that. And we're waiting. KP, thanks for the super chat. Appreciate it, man. How you doing? If this launch is successful, I'd like to donate my portion of the proceeds from the portfolio back to your channel. Well, thank you. Your generosity is great, KP. We do, as you know, try and keep things real here. And there are opportunities. There are opportunities. The past 2 years, especially, rebuilding the channel and knowing that we were in the middle of a bear market. There were some tough live streams, that's for sure. But again, I just kept talking about opportunities, kept talking about the 4-year cycles, and that starting in the fall of 2024, going into 2025, we were going to see some great runs on crypto. And I was showing people what I was buying, when I was buying, from late 2022 all the way through the summer of 2023, even buying a bunch of it live, just showing you what my conviction was and showing you why I thought prices were going to be much higher. And that's played out pretty well. The exchange capitalizes, stands. When someone gets liquidated, the exchange wins. They keep your money. They keep your money. So if you make a $10,000 trade on Doge, right, a long leverage, and you've got a liquidation price of like 37 cents, and it dips down to 36.9, you get liquidated, and that $10,000 is gone. The exchange keeps it. But if you do a 4x with that $10,000 trade, you get 4x the profit to the point where you close the trade out. If it doesn't go down and hit your liquidation price, and then the exchange would have to pay you that extra. So the exchange wins and the exchange loses depending on how it goes. They would prefer you not win, which is why we've seen those huge liquidation flushes, that leverage trade flushes that have happened. That's what it's about. This is just a test flight, Maxime. There's supposed to be a new, what's the name of that company? The robotics company. They are planning a new lunar lander, and they are opening up moon boxes again that people can buy and put things in. It'll be interesting if someone puts a Dogecoin in one of them, in a pouch that goes in a moon box. And they're going to do it again. Astrobotic, that's the name of the company, Astrobotic. So their last year, they had to abort the mission because something happened during launch, and they weren't going to be able to do an orbit around the moon safely. And so it ended up burning up in our atmosphere, including the Dogecoin that was on. It got burnt. If you missed out on this bull run, which it's not over yet, but just don't expect, the huge gains, because we've already had some big gains. Start saving now for the next bear market. That's what we're going to be covering on this channel. Exactly. Isn't that true, Adam? SpaceX started talking about reusable rockets, and NASA was like, yeah, right. And now they're proving it. Yeah, I don't really follow XRP that closely, Jay, so I don't know. I would suggest you watch Tom Crown. He's been doing a lot of XRP pricing based on fib levels and things like that. But right now he's looking at $4.50, $8, and then this far out like $27 thing on one of his fib lines. Take that for what it's worth. I've never done a leverage trade, Raiden, so I don't know how it works. You'll have to ask other people in the chat how to get out of a leverage trade. I don't know. Never done it. You've got 1 million, Jasmine? Starting at 10. Yep, I have 1 million, Jasmine, too. Are we going to see 10 cents that soon? I don't know. Depends on when the FOMO kicks in, Pavlos. When is the FOMO going to kick in, particularly on Jasmine? Because when we look at the Jasmine chart, we see what it did in December, came up here 5 cents. And then we see what it did back in June, this big run, that was to 4 cents. So we've done 4 cents. Now we've done 5 cents. I could be selling at 6 cents and just call it a day. That's a 2x from here. Now, whether that happens in the next 4 weeks or not, I would certainly like it to, but that's just me. That's what I have to play with. For those that don't know what this is, this was the chart that I made this morning that I posted on X. The big leverage flush, looking support line, the sloping down resistance line. We went through the accumulation period 1. That was after December 20th and the big leverage flush. And then again, second week of January, after the dip that I had predicted would come second week of January. So we had another shot at buying Doge down here in the low 30s. So up. That's looking pretty strong for Doge. Pretty strong move. We're zoomed in just to see the more immediate price action, but you zoom out and the chart looks great. Bitcoin still holding above 100K. How much did I start with when I first started trading crypto? $10,000. That was my first buy. $10,000. What's poppin', Bitcoin having? You have a better chance to make money to short the market than to go long because it's easier for the people to sell crypto than to buy. We might be shorting in 2026. We'll see. We might be shorting. You put a take profit limit, Gurpal says, on your leverage trade. Take profit limit. You learned how to leverage trade, but it's not for you at the moment. Got it. Got it. Yeah, I don't follow the Pepe market cap. Peak got listed on the Bitpanda exchange. So Peak is growing on exchanges. That is bullish. Just waiting for Binance, right? Binance and Coinbase. So BitGet is 50% of the volume of trading for Peak is on BitGet. And then Gate.io, and then KuCoin, Bitmart, BitHum. Bitvavo, and then we've got some really small percentages, CoinX, CoinW, HashKey. So yeah, Bitpanda is not showing up yet on the coin market cap trading market. So no Bitpanda yet. Howdy Toss, how are you? So my theory of this, Ivan, is the leverage flushes are initiated when there's weakness in the market with a lot of leverage trades down there. And it's the exchanges and the market makers that dump the price in order to liquidate those leverage trades. Manipulation, you may say, but I say that's what it is. It's not a coincidence, and it's not an accident. That's for sure. And there doesn't have to be bad news. Sometimes it's some piece of news that ticks it off, but the leverage flush ends up going lower, like the December FOMC hawkish chirpow saying there's not going to be as many interest rate cuts in 2025. That was enough, and that's all it took. Dump the price. How much profit have I made? I will tell the story someday. I will tell the story someday. "10 minutes on countdown." No. I don't think so. I'm looking at SpaceX now. The live cast is about to start. Got some funky music. "33 minutes.
Good afternoon and welcome to the 7th flight test of Starship. It is currently 4:03 p.m. Central Time here at Starbase, Texas, and it is a beautiful and breezy afternoon for another flight around the world. I'm Kate Tice, Senior Quality Systems Engineering Manager at SpaceX, and I'm joining Dan for my first ever in-person.
All right, so that's the intro. So we'll keep that on. So 33 minutes to launch. Yes, Ryan, for Texas.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Starbase for another Starship launch. I'm Dan Hewitt, SpaceX Communications. We are at T-minus under 33 minutes and counting. Our T0 time.
Where can you buy peak?
At the bottom of the hour. Now,
you can buy peak on crypto.com. I have a link in the description below.
This year shaping up to be even bigger.
Absolutely. We're looking at even more launches of Starship this year with tons of exciting firsts starting today. Flight 7 has a lot in store, from Starship's next generation upper stage design on its first flight today to deploying the first simulated.
Yep, I'm going to get my drink run.
And the second booster catch attempt.
Going to finish this.
We're kicking off 2025 in style here in the Lone Star State. So hold on to your butts because it's going to be a wild.
Hold on to your butts?
All ramping up as we chase after that full reusability for the world's biggest rocket, and we're going to be with you today every step of the way. Also joining us, though, been a very excited crowd growing over there in Hollywood.
Doge is not quite holding.
How's everything going in LA?
Hey, Dan and Kate, everything is all good here on the factory floor. We're just outside of Mission Control, and we're T-minus 31 minutes away, but we already have a really big crowd here building. There you go. Starting to build up here. Every flight of Starship has made huge progress, and today is another exciting one. We're joined by Starship, Raptor, and Starlink teams here with me today, and everyone is getting super excited for this flight test. So with that in mind, I expect it to get very loud in here soon. But for now, I'm going to hand it back over to you guys at Starbase for a quick look back.
We're going to see, Jay.
That brought us here today.
We're going to see whether Doge gets a big green candle. It's a successful launch and booster catch.
The previous 6 flight tests proved we're on the right track. Each one of those tests provides a ton of invaluable data and, of course, pretty great views along the way.
Oh, yeah. Every one of those tests informed the upgrades that are debuting on today's flight.
Yeah, I own Fetch AI. That's the AI play that I bought into. We'll see.
I can't wait for today as well.
It's not one of those AI agent things. It's a real project.
Before this flight test, our most recent one was back in November 19th. That was Flight 6. It lifted off at 4 p.m. Central from Starbase, Texas, just a couple miles over our shoulder.
It was a gorgeous sunset ascent. Let's take a look.
Attention all flight crew members, flight is go for launch.
Okay, this is a replay. I'm going to pull this off so people don't get...
Just over a month since Flight 5. The goal is to get that turnaround time down to hours.
I don't want people to get confused if they're just joining, showing they missed the flight. So I moved it off. They're just showing a replay from last flight. Don't want people to get confused. Oh, what's this red candle with Doge? H-bar is trying to hold on to 37 cents. XRP 326. The heat map. There's always shorts. There's always shorts. There's some little bit of leverage grab going on right now. And but that's like small short-term stuff. What does Doge look like? Yeah, there's some right down here, 156,000, 146,000. Looks like they're going to get that. But most of it's pretty small. Not a lot. There's bigger ones up here for the shorting, 39.3. That's where I think we should go. The launch is in 29 minutes. Or so. We'll just bring that over.
The Raptor engine while in space, that all sets us up then for re-entry.
As we have seen on the previous flights, courtesy of Starlink, that re-entry period gives us such gorgeous views. It's like just a rainbow flow of colors as the ship re-enters the Earth's atmosphere. The ship will relight its engines, perform a flip maneuver for a soft water.
I'm gonna get my drink. I'll be right back.
In the Indian Ocean. And that will once again be daylight given our later launch window. So today's flight test will be launching the next generation of Starship. It'll attempt the first payload deployment test, fly multiple re-entry experiments geared toward ship catch and reuse, and of course, the launch and return of the Super Heavy booster back to the launch site right there behind us.
Yeah, that's going to be amazing, but Chip, kind of the start of the show for a lot of stuff today. A huge block of upgrades to Starship's upper stage are debuting on this flight test, adding more capability. We'll start off up top. Those forward flaps got a redesign. They shrunk in size. We shifted up towards the top of the vehicle away from the heat shield. That's going to make it significantly less exposed to re-entry heating. And then Starship itself, we made it about 2 meters taller. So we stretched it up to about 52 meters. That allowed us to add 25% more propellant volume, along with a bunch of propulsion upgrades like vacuum jacketing of those feed lines to the engines, an entirely new feed line system for the Raptor vacuum engines, an improved avionics module for propulsion, all that adding performance and the ability to fly longer missions.
And just like on Flight 6, tiles have been purposely removed to stress test vulnerable areas. This time we're doing it across the entire vehicle, including in critical areas, as we use this flight to push the boundaries of Starship's capabilities. And for re-entry experiments, multiple metallic tiles are being tested, as you can see there on your screen, including some that have a version with active cooling.
Then the vehicle's avionics, its brains, got a complete redesign. Some of the new things, we've got 4 of these upgraded Starlink terminals that combine Starlink, global navigation, and RF communications into a single unit. And then on the sides of the vehicle, we have these catch fittings. They're non-structural, but we're going to be able to see how they perform thermally during reentry. We also smoothed part of that tile line to address some hotspots that we saw during entry on the last flight.
Now the ship and the booster, they weren't the only thing to get some upgrades. On the ground side, several radar sensors will be tested on the tower catch arms as we experiment with additional ways to measure distance between the arms and the vehicle while we prepare for ship catch. Now this is just a handful of the many upgrades included on this flight that make this the most capable Starship that we've flown so far.
And then something really cool has me super excited. We're going to be deploying 10 Starlink simulators that are similar in size to our next generation Starlink satellites. With pretty unparalleled payload capacity and full reusability, Starship's going to be able to deploy our more advanced V3 Starlink satellites, which is going to help us continue to revolutionize global connectivity. Each of those Starlink V3 launches on Starship is going to add about 60 terabits per second of capacity to the Starlink network. And that alone is that's more than 20 times the capacity we're getting with every V2 mini flight on a Falcon 9 right now. That just helps further Starlink's impact in the coming years as we expand access to high-speed internet all around the world and eventually beyond. And those Starlink simulators are going to be on the same suborbital trajectory as Starship, and they're expected to demise upon entry. Starship itself, its trajectory looks similar to all of our last several flights, suborbital, splashdown targeted into the Indian Ocean, a couple hundred miles off the western coast of Australia.
Doge candle to Mars.
And the other on-orbit thing we're doing is going to be relighting a single Raptor engine while in space. We knocked that out last time. V2 ship, new propellant system. Let's do it again on this one.
Ship's going to be busy. Now, of course, we can't forget to add that today's super heavy booster is reflying flight-proven hardware for the first time. A Raptor engine that flew on the booster that was caught during Starship's 5th flight test. You can see it there on your screen. This flight-proven engine, we've got Raptor 314 there, hence why there's a piece of pie on
see you 2018.
Maybe we can get that image rotated so you can see it a little bit better. Yep, there we go. If you didn't already know, we like our jokes around here. So that's what we have planned for today's flight test. And so far, everything is on track as we continue to count down. We're now within 23 minutes of launch. We're at 22 minutes and 52 seconds. Everything continues to look good. Still a little breezy, but that's okay for us.
Yeah, we set up our desk in a wind tunnel today. It's probably windier here than it is anywhere else, but weather's cooperating, really clear skies, no rain today, still well within our limits for booster launch or catch. Not tracking any issues on vehicle as we continue to count down. We're still loading prop on board. Our range team also reporting that the range looks like it will be clear at our current T0. So that's super important. We're going to keep an eye on that all the way up to the end.
As for what we've already done with the vehicle leading up to today, we stacked the vehicle.
And not much happened the last 2 days. Sally's dream. Little up, a little down.
Hours ago,
No, it's been pretty good for XRP. And then we've had Hedera, Cardano, Algorand also going up.
And as Dan mentioned, the range team was deployed. They are standing by in the Gulf to make sure that the booster has a clear to
Hey, Joe.
back to here at the launch tower, but also they're located in the Indian Ocean, standing by to make sure that the targeted landing zone for the ship is also clear as well.
And then we knock out a whole bunch of things in the hours before launch. We do an alignment on all the guidance, navigation, and control. Get tank purges, pressure checkouts, make sure we're ready for prop load, check the booster.
It's looking like that, Christian. A Litecoin ETF, maybe.
We actually do a little wiggle check on them, make sure we have control, as we're going to be using those for
And then we need a Doge one.
Load up all of the hydraulics that are on the tower, and then we did the initial lock
No,
of methane.
I've got,
getting them ready for prop load.
JGK. I've got stock too. I've got Tesla, MicroStrategy, some AMC still, some Clean Spark,
prop load is underway.
and I've had some Tesla or some Apple for a long time. I still have a little Jivo left, a little GameStop, and some Hood, some Robinhood.
So that will all wrap up at T-minus 3 minutes and 20 minutes on the ship side, and at T-minus 2
Accumulating Doge
seconds on the booster side. So
and a lot of others.
good. Propellant is loading.
Yeah, looks like we're about half full of everything on booster, 3/4 of the way there on ship. Look good for a launch today.
We're going to do a portfolio live stream next week, Joe. Then you can tell us everything you have.
Thanks, Dan and Kate, and great to hear the updates with the vehicle as we prepare for liftoff. There is a lot more people here, as expected. Love it. All the Raptor engines are built here, so there's a lot of that team here in the crowd, so they have a strong connection to the Starship flight today. Every flight test gets us closer to a fully operational Starship, which gets us closer to our ultimate goal to make humanity a multiplanetary species. To establish cities on Mars, we're going to need high-cadence, low-cost flights for cargo and crew. As the only fully reusable rocket with this kind of
Charles from the Tima gang.
only vehicle in
Thanks for the super chat.
will be able to unlock our multi-planet future. Starship uses
That KuCoin listing, still waiting for it.
Propellant transfer to refuel in orbit in preparation for these long trips. With milestones like ship catch and in-orbit prop transfer coming up, 2025 promises to be huge for Starship and our journey to Mars. With our first,
Are you going to be with me on the 20th, Ardos? I'm going to be here all day, and we will have the inauguration going as well. See what Trump says. Is he going to say something about crypto during his speech?
And to deliver payloads farther and at a lower cost than any other vehicle. We'll be able to launch more massive payloads than anything else.
Water commodities. Never thought of them.
Things like giant space telescopes or the next generations of space stations into orbit on a single.
I saw a space shuttle launch in the late 1980s. Long time ago.
So let's head back to Dan and Kate for a closer look at Starship.
A dip before a rip? Maybe. Maybe, Paula.
Thanks, Jesse. Starship features two major parts. The ship.
Hey,
has
John,
Raptor
also
engines
from the
and
Tima team, probably.
booster, which has 35
Welcome.
Raptor engines. The Raptor engine is a reusable methane oxygen staged combustion engine that powers the Starship system and has twice the thrust of the Falcon 9 Merlin engine. Now, just like we saw flights 1 through 6, the current iteration of Starship is an experimental vehicle flying for development. As we mentioned earlier, today's flight is debuting a ton of upgrades that we've had in the works in order to increase
We'll see, Peter.
reliability and performance.
Yeah, Ryan, they come and go.
Also unlock our ability to fly longer missions, something that we'll want to do as we start doing orbital flights around Earth.
And then to get an even
But I don't
better
ban them because they give me a super chat.
Starship is. Start here. Let's take a person about 2 meters tall. Towering over that, you got your Millennium Falcon clocking in at 35. Just above that, we've got a Falcon 9 rocket, payload fairing attached. Double that height, you're up at 70 meters.
Hey, Ryan, should I replace the Gary Gensler head with a Donald Trump head as an emoji?
Altogether, the ship
I think that's what we should do.
Boosters 71, and what's super fun is we're going to make Ship and Booster even taller in the future.
Which is crazy because turning around and looking at it and thinking that it's going to be bigger, that's mind blowing.
Make the ship as tall as the booster.
Now, moving up the rocket, the ship features 6 Raptor engines. 3
4 more days with the Gensler head.
3 optimized for vacuum.
I gotta keep carrying.
Vacuum or RVAC is a similar design to the Raptor engine, but features a larger exhaust section and a larger expansion nozzle to maximize the engine's efficiency in space. Our upgraded ship that we're debuting today carries about 300 more tons of propellant than the last flight.
No, I'm not leaving.
It up from 1,200 metric tons to
I will be having
1,500 metric tons.
more frequent vacations,
The
though.
ship is designed for vertical takeoff and landing on any hard surface. Now, the ship is also outfitted with newly redesigned forward flaps that are used to aerodynamically control the vehicle's attitude during atmospheric
I'll have to
flight.
keep the carry head then. Okay. I will add a Trump
The new
head.
flaps are lighter and positioned more leeward or away from the heat shield.
Now, to reach full reusability,
It looks,
ship has
the Robinhood
a
Gold card looks good, Jay.
one-time
I already have 2 credit cards and I get great cash back on those, so I don't need a 3rd card.
For that, we've been iterating on that every single flight, building towards that heat shield that requires no refurbishment between flights. Now, the heat shield is composed of thousands of hexagonal ceramic tiles. They're designed.
Charlotte, hi.
During that,
Haven't seen you in a while.
where temperatures ramp up to as high as about 2,600 degrees Fahrenheit.
We're live.
A
Going to see the
heat shield takes
SpaceX
even 12
Starship
minutes.
launch
So
in about
we're
15 minutes.
improving this, flying new experiments, those are all key focuses of all of our flight tests right now.
Kilroy got the
And
fancy
in
metal
the
gold
first
card.
stages is our
Nice.
hot stage, which we saw in actions on flights 2 through 6. The hot staging maneuver is when the upper stage engines are ignited before the booster engines, and before those booster engines are completely cut off. With hot staging, the rocket never stops accelerating during separation, so it's more efficient than traditional stage separation. One of the hallmarks of Starship flights are the incredible views that we get throughout flight, of course, courtesy of Starlink. Every day, we're working to expand the Starlink network both on Earth and in space. Here's Jesse with more.
Fans of Starship may know that Starlink enables us to bring you lots of unprecedented views, both from
Starlink.
space and here on Earth. In addition to the dozens of cameras on Starship itself, we also have mobile Starlink camera kits deployed in the Indian Ocean, connected to our aerial assets and all around Starbase, which all come together to help tell the incredible story.
So
of
right
Starship.
now, Doge is at
Thanks to
37.6.
Starlink, Starship is
Bitcoin
capable of bringing
not
over
quite
120
holding
megabits of
100K.
real-time, high-definition video and telemetry in every phase of flight, providing invaluable engineering
Not
data
much
to help
else.
engineers rapidly iterate across all systems. And all of that streaming data will be put to good use with the more than 30 cameras on the vehicle for today's flight test. Starlink is the world's largest satellite constellation, operating in low Earth orbit to deliver high-speed, low-latency broadband internet, providing access to people around the world, many who have never had connectivity.
Hi, this is a big deal. Starship.
119 countries.
It's the future of the world, the universe, and everything.
We've been developing Starlink's communication capabilities not just for humans on Earth,
See you, Bull Run.
but for astronauts in space. Our recent Polaris Dawn mission, we deployed a high-speed internet connection in Dragon for the very first time. Here's a quick look at how that went.
Starlink is an amazing confluence of programs that's been.
All right. We'll just put that on hold for a minute here. Give it about 5 more minutes. What else is going on? Dogecoin to $1,000. Maybe not this cycle. See you, Christian. Yep, I'll be live Friday afternoon. Be back here again. Working on moving your money out of BlackRock and out of all the other companies I've dealt with. They make it complicated. And there's nothing like self-custody of crypto. $1,000 Dogecoin. That's crazy. Crazy. So earlier, just to catch up, we were looking at some of the charts. This was Dan Crypto, and he looked at, zooming out, looking at on those leverage flushes, it's a higher low from those. And so the next one, after we confirm, probably 40 cents, there could be a leverage flush that comes down to 35, would be the next higher low. So he's saying, get above 40, then there'll probably be another little leverage flush that happens. At that point, we looked at Trader Allen, and Trader Allen comparing to where we were right before the November pump, and then back to the end of February, early March pump. There seemed to be a very strong signal that a pump was coming. We just had it. And could this be the next surge up? So just looking at patterns, and patterns do tend to repeat. And so that's what Trader Allen was looking at. And then finally, we looked at our good friend Ali, who's comparing the setup now with the setup in January of 2021. And he thinks that looks pretty similar, which would lead to quite a big run up. So we looked at those earlier in the stream. Yeah, it's impossible for Doge to go to 1,000. Yes. I like ADA and XRP, Zach. I think at this point, like Algorand and ADA would probably outperform XRP because XRP's already had a much bigger run. But yep. Doge to the moon. Maybe just to space today. We'll see how the SpaceX launch goes in just a few minutes. It's getting close. I just want to, it's 9 minutes to launch. And in a few minutes, these people will stop talking and we can hear the flight deck. Everything is possible in the crypto world. Aaron Sheeb is just not doing much. Very weak trading. A lot of people have been selling out of Sheeb. Diendo, that's you. That's for you to figure out. You want to take profit on something and put it into something that might run higher, faster. That could happen. Yeah, that January 30th FOMC meeting there might be a dip then. And following the inauguration, who knows, Ralph? But could be. But yeah, I may be doing some selling this weekend.
Carry more into space.
Now, in a nominal operational scenario following liftoff and after the two stages separate in flight, Super Heavy will return to the launch site, reignite its engines to slow the vehicle down, and the tower's arms will catch the rocket booster.
Right now, if I was going to get into any coin, Zach, it would be Dogecoin. Dogecoin.
Have to be met prior to that return and catch. We need healthy systems on the booster, healthy systems on the tower, and a manual.
It's just because of Elon, Brian.
Director for the day. If we don't send that command before the boost back burn ends, or if any of those automated checks kick us out, that's what happens.
It's just an Elon thing.
The Super Heavy booster will divert to an offshore trajectory, and it'll go out and do a landing burn and a soft splashdown in the Gulf of Mexico.
Now, we have said it before, but it remains true today. We accept no compromises when it comes to ensuring the safety of the public and our team and that return will only take place if the conditions are right.
And one of the unique aspects of Starship flights is the return and the catch of that super heavy booster and the audible sonic boom that comes with it in the area around the return location. General impact, anyone in the area is just...
So when we get to launch, I'm going to go to full screen
Definitely let you know it's
on
Oh, yeah.
the Starship,
our neighbors in Cape
and
Canaveral,
then
Florida, and
we'll
Kansas,
keep that full
Florida
screen
have
for
become
about
accustomed
6
to,
or 7
over
minutes
the years, and now we're
until
bringing
the booster
to Florida.
catch.
So here's a peek of what to expect.
Turn that down. So this is what we're going to watch through this. This was Starship Test 5 when it did the booster catch was successful. So we're hoping to see a repeat of this. And it should take only about 6 or 7 minutes. And then after that happens, we'll make the screen small again for the remainder of the flight. And we're going to want to watch what the crypto markets are doing. Well, Zach, that's the trick. Sell in how long? Nobody can say for sure.
But I'm pretty sure the crowd is looking forward to potentially watching those chopsticks catch another booster. So let's see how excited they are today.
Yeah, Demon, I think if you've got a small bag, I mean, if there's a huge spike because of like X payments or something like that, you may want to just take a little profit and then buy back in when there's a bear market or something like that. People are doing different things like that. I don't do any trading in minutes or hours. It's more like multiple days or weeks, big swing trades.
So we're almost fully loaded on the booster. We'll be fully loaded on the ship, fully loaded on the booster coming up soon.
Yeah, it looks like it's targeting my orange line, isn't it?
In the range,
A big boy.
Security guys, Mike, Kyle, Nick, the whole team out there in the elements, making sure everything's clear, doing a fantastic job. And we are coming up on 4 minutes, looking good for launch.
Yeah, certainly exciting. Now, we do have an opportunity to hold at T-minus 40 seconds if necessary. This is a chance for us to perform additional checks if necessary. If we, need to repressurize some tanks, or if there's a wayward vessel in the range last minute, opportunity to clear it out. But everything currently looking good. Now, once we pass T-minus 40 seconds, a number of events will occur in rapid succession. The ground spin and ignition systems come up to flight pressure. The ship will go to internal power. After that, the quick disconnect or QD arm lockout is removed in preparation for retraction, which will happen shortly after T0. And yeah, once we pass T-minus 40 seconds, we do have the ability, to recycle the count under certain conditions back to that T-minus 40 second mark and hold there to assess what happened and assess opportunity to proceed again to T0.
Yep, we've used that T-minus 40 hold a couple of times. Boat's usually one of the items, but we aren't tracking anything right now that would cause us to hold there. We can hold there for several minutes. Main thing you're watching at is you kind of set a clocks because your temperatures will change and the fuel and the locks, everything pretty quickly. So you've got a couple of minutes that you can hang out and figure things out. There are items that if we pass them, we're scrubbed for the day. One of the main ones is that flame deflector at the bottom of the launch valve. Water begins flowing to that at the T-minus 10 second mark. If we scrub at any point after that, we'll be done for the day.
Yeah, Jay, you're going to have to make that decision. I can't tell you whether to wait for another dip or not.
To load on board the vehicle, it's pretty much.
We're getting one now. I don't know if it's going to go deeper or not.
Cycle in about 24 hours now.
Which is incredible given the sheer volume of propellant that is on board the vehicle there on your screen.
All right, coming up on the 2-minute mark. Again, a lot of ambitious things on the plate for Starship today.
T-minus 2 minutes.
New ship, new year, a lot of upgrades, doing a lot of ambitious things in space this time. Our first payload deployed, relighting a Raptor engine.
Yeah.
We're looking good.
So as we mentioned before, we have an opportunity to hold at T-minus 40 seconds, not try.
This is the sell the rumor, buy the news that's happening now with Doge.
Right now, so fingers crossed we can pass through that checkpoint.
It's red going into the launch, and then it'll turn green.
Folks on console are continuing to evaluate the launch commit criteria, making sure that the winds are within limits as well as any other weather restrictions. But man, compared to yesterday, this is a textbook gorgeous day.
Oh yeah, little breezy today, but we got clear blue skies for a launch today. So at this point, all the prop has been loaded on the vehicle. We've closed everything out. We're doing our final thrust vector control, or steering to the engine checkouts. Once we hit the 30-second mark, we'll hear the flight director give the final go for launch. So we're under a minute. As we said, we're not expecting a hold at T-minus 40, but do not be shocked if that happens.
Okay, guys, I'm going to make this full screen now,
and we can hang out there for a couple of minutes.
and we're going to see how it goes.
Memory serves me right.
We hold my breath for 4 seconds.
Pass through prop load gate.
All right, we passed right through that prop load gate.
Hot diggity dog.
All right, so we're going to let our flight director, Ty Huntington, take it away.
Go for launch.
Cheers, everybody. Go for launch.
And 20 seconds.
The Doge logo should be on here. Yes,
Last 10,
Tucson should be there.
8, 7,
Okay, guys, you ready?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have the stuff.
Look at that.
Vehicles pitching down range.
Wow.
Booster check pressures now.
All right, we're more than 30 seconds into flight. Telemetry showing 33 out of 33 engines as it's pitching down range.
Booster chip, avionics power, telemetry nominal.
Hearing good call outs on the ship and booster avionics. You just heard the rumble hitting us about 6 miles away. Watching Starship arc into just endless blue skies right now.
Vehicle supersonic.
More than a minute into flight, the vehicle's supersonic.
Max Q.
So we just passed through max Q. That's the greatest stress the vehicle's going to experience on the way uphill. Reminder that all of our teams down here on the ground are now looking at systems on the tower. They just did a manual check through. That's going to inform that manual flight director's decision. Next moment coming up, though, is going to be hot staging. Don't take your eyes off it. It's one heck of a light show.
What a gorgeous ascent.
6 ship engines getting ready to ignite. That's going to happen while we're still attached.
We can still see the ship's engines from the ground.
Got a little under 30 seconds away from that. We are hearing good call outs on the tower preparedness from the manual checks. Reminder though, we've still got automated checkouts on the booster and the ship itself. As of right now, our manual checks and our manual commanding is looking go for a catch.
Booster cut off.
That is incredible news. We just heard the call out for booster
Right,
engine
VTL
cutoff.
Engine startup.
Most engines cut off, down to those
Phase
middle
separation.
3.
All right.
Startup.
All right, hot stage
Check pressure,
confirmed.
check
We've
pressure,
got a
solid.
booster hopefully on our way back to us.
Catch it. Yes.
Now making its ascent burn into space. How's it going in Hawthorne, Jesse?
It's great over here. You can hear the crowd screaming for every milestone. The booster is now making its way back down to Earth. Looks like we have 12 of those 13 engines ignited. We're using the engines that actually gimbal.
We are
So
go for booster return.
an excellent call out there. We are go for booster return.
Power and telemetry nominal.
There's a lot of criteria that needed to line up to ensure that we can
Come on, Jack, have a little fun, will you?
A safe booster catch, and it sounds like we got the go for that. And there you can see on your screen, we had we just jettisoned the hot stage, and there's a great, excellent view there of the hot stage floating away from the super heavy booster.
Thanks, Charlotte. To the moon. Yes.
Now we've shut down the engines for that boost back burn. That confirms boost back burn is now complete. That was the first of 2 burns required for the
It's
vehicle
not
to make
dumping,
its way back
Jack,
down to
please.
Earth. And next coming up will be the landing burn. That's going to be 13 of those center engines igniting again. And that will then go down from 13 down to 3 engines.
No,
just
Elon
right
wants to
before
keep
we
SpaceX
touch down
private.
for that booster catch. A reminder, our stage 1 objectives are to have a
Yeah, the
controlled
flat earthers
set,
hate this stuff.
stage separation, as well as a controlled boost back burn and hot stage.
Exactly,
as well. So
my bubble.
Looking good for that so far. Some great views there from the ship of Earth. That looks incredible. Now, Starship's ship is still firing
Triangle.
its engines right now.
Starship trajectory nominal.
And great call outs. Starship trajectory is nominal. You can follow along the telemetry, the altitude in the bottom left-hand corner for the super heavy booster, as well as the bottom right-hand corner for the ship. And these views are just amazing.
Exactly,
Again,
Raiden.
the booster is currently making its way back to the tower today. So we're looking forward to a booster catch with the chopsticks. And in the meantime, you can see those grid fins there helping to control the vehicle and guide it back to its landing site.
That's cool.
Booster FTS is saved.
Now with that, we're going to hand it back. How's it going over there, Dan and Kate? How are you doing, Kate? Seeing that in person.
Dan had to take that entire segment because I couldn't talk. That was incredible.
There it is.
We can see the booster coming back in now through the plume. At least it looks that way to us. It's incredible that it basically returns. It looks like a speeding, just like this silver flare coming back to the. Once again, we are standing by for attempting to catch the booster at the tower. This would be the second tower catch.
Landing burn.
All right, here we go.
13 engines.
Here we go.
Booster now hovering as it aligns with the tower for catch.
Booster coming in.
Yes.
For that boom, Kate.
Down to 3 engines.
That's awesome. Wow.
You heard it here. Bexzilla has caught the booster.
Once again, for the second time, a successful catch by the launch tower. This is the same tower, the launch pad, where that booster took off from just 7.5 minutes ago. Great view from the chopstick arms, looking at those hypersonic grid fins that steer the booster for that precision landing. It almost looks like it's flapping its wings.
Thank you, Kilroy.
You can see just how small that catch fetting is too on something that's just so massive.
That was absolutely insane.
Woo-hoo.
Meanwhile,
We're not done, but
We're
wait,
not
there's
done
more. Wow. That is just absolutely stunning. And this, of course, a gorgeous view there from the tower looking down at the top of the booster.
Doge still going down.
And we are tracking.
Now we're standing by for
It's
views
just
from the
I'm
ship,
way
but
zoomed
keep
in,
their
so
eyes off of that incredible sight. That is once again the second catch of a booster back at the launch tower. It was incredible to see it come back down, just this silver flare in the sky. And we can still see the launch plume
Badman.
behind us. And wow, that we definitely, I can't speak for you, Dan, but that was very moving for me.
Yeah, and right now you can see some of the telemetry on those ship engines has gone out. We're waiting for an update on what our ship status is. We were approaching that ship engine cutoff time. So
I agree, DZ, with
waiting
Bitcoin
to
dominance.
hear. So obviously we've got booster back, booster on the launch tower in the chopstick arms, but we are waiting to get an update now on the ship. As we were expecting ship engine cutoff about 40 seconds ago. We saw some of those engines start to go out prior.
That
to
might be it
point.
right there. 37.4.
So right now we are just standing by to try and get the latest word
Higher lows
on where we are
on
with
each
ship.
of these
So stick
three
with us for just a
consecutive
couple of minutes as
dips.
we wait to hear some
Higher
updates.
lows.
Now, if you just recently joined us, you might want to hit rewind and go back about 9-10 minutes ago to when Starship lifted off from the launch tower that you see there. We had a gorgeous ascent followed by a stage separation where the ship separated from the super heavy booster. The booster performed a flip maneuver and returned back to the Gulf Coast here. There you can see it on your screen. Obviously a successful catch back at the launch tower, which is something that we were all hoping to see and really couldn't ask for a more beautiful background with those blue skies and blue water there. As Dan said, we are standing by for an update on the ship that had ignited its engines and started making its way up to space. So standing by for more info on that. But wow, what an experience to see that take off and for that booster to come back. You can see it there up close on your screen to the place that it launched from. Once again, there were thousands of catch commit criteria, which is basically just all the things that we have to assess and evaluate and basically make
Here
sure
comes the money wrench.
Make sure that everything is clear and acceptable conditions, both on the vehicle side as well as the tower side in order to enable that catch. So obviously from the last two flights that we have done where the flight 6 we attempted but had to divert into the ocean, and then on flight 5 we did have the first ever successful catch of the booster. We used the learnings of those two flights to hone in that catch commit criteria, and we saw success today, which is pretty awesome.
And just a quick status check. So we currently do not have comms with the ship. So trying to figure out exactly when that happened and exactly what happened. So obviously the flight controllers right now going through their data, looking to make sure it's not anything instrumentation on the ship, but actually try and get us a status. So again, we're gonna keep listening in on this. We'll give you an update as soon as we have a little bit more. So for now, stage 1 back in the tower, waiting to find out a little bit more about stage 2.
Yeah, I think the stage 2, the top part of the ship, just orbits around and then eventually comes down and splashes in. But yeah, they've lost communications with it right now, Salty. They caught the booster, but they lost communication with the rest of it right now. And that's not good. Hopefully they get that reestablished. The rocket went missing because it found Doge in space. It's going to the moon. Mom Taz is flying it. Oh, God.
So if you are just tuning in,
Hmm.
we caught a booster, but we are still waiting to find out a little bit more on the ship. So it is
You're welcome, Corey.
successfully separated.
Cheers.
We did that hot staging maneuver. We did see all 6 of ship's engines on the way uphill during its ascent. But as we were getting to the end of that ascent burn, we saw engines dropping out on telemetry.
I don't even look at the daily, Raphael, like that.
So again, we're still
Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. Bigger picture,
how much we can
it's all
do
good.
right now. But again, stick with us. We'll bring you updates as soon as we hear. Really exciting. We were able to catch the booster today. Obviously, we want to get the ship all the way over to the Indian Ocean. May not be able to do that at this point, but we'll give you some updates as soon as we hear a little bit more about the ship.
For those that didn't catch earlier, this was a new version of the ship. This was its debut flight. So a lot of learnings here for sure as we continue to tune in and listen in with the teams and try to gather more information.
Glad to put it on, Damien.
Where we stand with the ship. But as Dan mentioned before, teams are trying to make sure that it's not an instrumentation error. We want to find out if it's, did we just lose communication or did something else happen with the ship? So teams are actively working, trying to figure out what we can find out, and we're continuing to listen in and find out more information to share as we can. But as we said before, and you can see it there on your screen, what a beautiful, beautiful sight to see another booster back at the launch tower. That was successfully caught just minutes ago. After
All right, I'll keep an eye on that. See whether they've lost it or not, which wouldn't be great. But we'll see how that goes. I will tune back in if there's something else to see there. Right now, we appear to have with Doge. Let me get that out of the way.
So we're just coming up to the end of that ascent burn for the ship when we stopped when we started to lose.
We've got higher lows on the dips happening. So that's a good sign in the short term anyway. Get some higher lows. Bitcoin, we could even say at least on 2 higher lows as well. So we'll track that on Bitcoin. Bitcoin appears to be turning around as well. Higher high as well.
Obviously, we'll do kind of a full breakdown once we get smarter ourselves in the coming hours and days as well.
For sure. Now, for those that have recently tuned in, we're now a little over T plus 16 and a half minutes after.
Yeah, we will watch those.
We do believe that we have lost the ship during its ascent phase. It's successfully separated from the super heavy booster. But
98.7. Jerry.
So we are assuming that we have lost.
Yeah, Elon's not going to take SpaceX public, but if it was, who knows?
But this was a new version of the ship, of Starship, and it was intentionally designed.
I think the flappy thing was on the booster. It wasn't on the main ship.
Have done with every one of these test flights, the keyword here being test, and really trying to understand the boundaries and the maximums for the ability of this vehicle to fly and understand what
The rocket is just going on to Mars instead. Elon just tweeted, we caught it. Oh yeah, we could have asked the 8-ball. Hopefully the 8-ball said yes. Hopefully the 8-ball said yes. What else happening? Algorand, yep, looks like everything is going a green candle right now, moving back up. Yep. So everything kind of falling back in order, following, except for Avalanche, not. So yeah, all crypto is kind of falling in line right now, pretty much. Is it safe to sell and buy if Trump is going to do away with capital gains tax? Well, it's an unknown right now. For me, I'm just doing my sales as I normally would, and if he has no capital gains on US-based companies for crypto profits for 2025, then I'm good. But if it takes another year to get that through, I won't be able to benefit from that. I'm going to keep buying until Doge reaches 39. The rocket fell on Marlock. ETH BTC? No way. What's ETH doing? ETH is still down. ETH is still down. Oh, ETH BTC, sorry. Yeah, that's pretty weak though. That's like one of the worst charts ever, is ETH BTC. It's one of the most bearish looking charts there is. Completely bearish. Doge BTC, however, was doing great up until noon today. A little tail off here. We're trying to get this back up to 40. Right now it's at 37. Hey, radio, still holding tight? Cool. Did you tweet me something? Leaked image from inside the Starship. God, that's from Watcher Guru. Oh my gosh. That's funny. I don't see anything here. If you pull up the 4-hour chart, you can draw a solid trend line from the low point. Monday is the MLK Day holiday. It's also Inauguration Day for the US President, and I will be here all day live on Monday. Yep, still here, Mike. Oh, that was you? Nice. That is funny. It's just like they're just going on their own. That's good. I'm not going to sell right now. I'm not going into this weekend. Either this weekend or Monday, Doge is going to pump. And I'm sticking to that. Yeah, we talked about Zill the other day. Somebody asked. It's just kind of a failing project. It's just one of those that never really took off. And they've tried to pivot to some other things, and it's just not a great project. I mean, we go down to the weekly, you can see Zooming back to 2021, it's just been down. I mean, this is its chart here. It's just down. Not a great chart. I don't even know where you'd put that, right? That's a pretty weak chart for ZIL. In 2021, it did get up to about 25 cents. And now here it is at 2 cents. It's at 2 cents. So
as we were checking in on the status of the ship, at this point in time, we can confirm that we did lose the ship. However, Starship, the total vehicle, did have an on-time liftoff at 4:37 p.m. Central Time from the launch pad just behind us.
they've lost the ship.
Gorgeous ascent and successful stage separation.
That's not good.
Pushed the ship off, and the ship disconnected during that stage separation. We're taking it back for a successful
H bar. No, H bar's following everything else.
Tower, which was pretty incredible to see.
Great to see this down, but we are obviously bummed out about ship. It looked like we lost contact with it a little under 8.5 minutes in the flight. That's roughly when we start to get to that main engine cutoff. We obviously need to go through
3-day weekend, good for crypto.
We're going to figure out exactly what happened.
We will see. We'll be here.
Getting farther.
It's going to snow in Charlotte.
Experimental vehicle. So we'll figure out what ended our day today and make sure it doesn't.
Again, these are test flights. So this was a new ship, the top part of it. So
What happened, we'll be ready to ship.
Exactly. So for now, we are going to wrap up our webcast. We'd like to thank the folks.
all right, that's it for that. Sorry about the SpaceX ship, but they did catch the booster, which was cool to see. That was very cool. Yes, XRP's all-time high, $3.84. What was Doge? Doge had just hit a penny, I believe. I believe that was Doge at a penny. I don't know if this chart goes back there. I can do the monthly, right? No, it's not this one. It is this one. So here's Doge. It peaked up at 1.8 cents. So 1.8 cents was Doge's high when XRP was at $3.85. So since then, Doge is up 1,900%, while in that same period, XRP is actually negative. But that's just, a point in time. I don't know if anybody was really buying. Yeah, this chart doesn't go back that far either. I don't know whether anybody was really buying XRP at $3.80. Somebody probably did. And they've been waiting a long time. Space is hard. Yes, it is, DW. A little bummer there that they lost the rest of the ship. But they caught the booster. Will Elon land on the moon first or Mars? I think Elon is not concentrating at all on the moon. His target is Mars. Maybe they might do some test flight thing, but we'll see. Where did the ship go? I'm sure there's a lot of other memes going on right now on X. Yeah. Are certain days of the week? No. There really isn't a pattern on the different days of the week. Pics of the ship are coming out. It broke up beautifully. Hopefully they had it on the right trajectory and it just followed that. How much is Dogecoin going to go? Comes in package. That's what we're here to track. I have no way of knowing. Oh yeah, I'll be live all day on the 20th, Francesco. All day. Will be a big live stream event. Well, thank you everybody for joining in on this live stream. It's fun to watch the SpaceX launch. I will have a similar feed from the inauguration going on the 20th, and we'll hear Trump's speech and see if he mentions crypto. So we will see how that goes. I hope everyone has a great evening, and we'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.